Get happy now is the mantra our next speaker lives by. She is an accomplished author, adventurer, and a successful businesswoman. She is dedicated to making a difference in the lives of everyone she meets. Today, she will share her secrets to transcend your life to being the best you can be. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Carla Marie! Hey!
What does it mean to get happy now? It's scientifically proven that happiness is a choice. It's the way that we choose to see our world. A minion from Despicable Me once said that happiness is when we learn to love ourselves without the exclusion of all others. This is why it's so important that we learn the tools every single day to get happy now. Perhaps you wake up every day, press snooze 5 times before dragging yourself out of bed to get to a job that, well, bores you. And then you go and have lunch with your work colleagues and, to be honest, they bore you too. And then you come home at night to sit in front of the TV to watch the same TV show you watched the last 6 seasons of, to eat a quick dinner so you can go to bed, wake up and do exactly the same thing the very next day. Research tells us that 78% of the Australian population is feeling unsatisfied and unfulfilled at work. And the average Australian is watching between 6 to 8 hours of TV a day. Or possibly, you're one of the 70% of the Australian population doing little or no exercise. And you know that you should. And you actually really do want to. But the thought of getting up any earlier or when you get home at night putting your shoes back on to go out the door, well, you can't be bothered. Or possibly, when you look in that mirror, you hate that person you see staring back at you. Do you find that you can get so caught up in the routine of life that you actually forget to smile? This was me. I was so caught up in that routine. And my routine was pretty good. I got up, I went to the gym, I came home, I worked for myself. On the outside, it looked great. But I never really stopped to ask myself if I actually was happy. Had I forgotten how to smile? As a little girl, I used to love to play hide and seek. I'd run home from school every single day. I just could not wait. I always played with my next door neighbour. His name's Dave. He's just a few years older than me. This one day, my brother, his name's Brendan, he said he wanted to join. Cool, sounds fun. So we start to go up to Dave's house. And then Brendan says, I know. How about I go and hide in the bush and then you guys can come and find me? Cool idea. So Brendan runs off and, well, I continue up into Dave's house. And as soon as I step in, I really notice how dark it is. And it's really empty. And then Dave says, hey, Carla, I know. How about we go into my parents' room, we create a plan, and then we'll go and find your brother? Okay. So, well, as any 10-year-old girl does, I step into the room. And all of a sudden I get this really weird feeling. My hairs start to stick up and I get a shiver down my spine and I hear the door shut. But the door just doesn't shut. It also locks. And then Dave says, Carla, there's something I've always wanted to do to you. And, well, before I know it, I'm down in the bed and my clothes are starting to come off and I'm saying, stop it, I don't want to do this. Can we stop? Please stop. Thankfully, that day, the worst case scenario didn't happen to me. But what did happen had a huge significant impact on my life, and I couldn't wait to escape reality. So as soon as I could, that's exactly what I did. I packed my bags and I jet set off overseas. And I spent 3.5 years doing some crazy cool stuff. I did Oktoberfest, running the bulls, trekking to Everest Base Camp. I was living the dream. But then the reality hit. My visa ran out, my money ran dry, and well, I had to come home to Australia. And I remember sitting on that plane and I was so nervous. Are people going to like me? I'm different. But before long, I got caught up in that routine of life, and it was only that I was at my brother's wedding and everyone was dancing, and well, I'm dancing on the dance floor, but I'm crying my eyes out. I can hear people saying, I think Carla's had too much to drink. But the real reason I was crying was because I was so done with being that girl. I was so exhausted with the same questions. Carla, have you got a boyfriend yet? Carla, are you on RSVP? Carla, maybe you need to stop being so picky. Maybe Mr. Right isn't out there. And it was in this moment that I had this huge flashback. And I went straight back to that room that day and I realized, oh my goodness. That day, I created a decision that just impacted the next 10 years of my life. And it was in this moment that I decided that I needed to change. I couldn't rely on anyone else to make me happy. If I wanted to be happy, I need to learn to love myself. So that's exactly what I did. From that moment on, I learned to be happy no matter what circumstances I was under. So let me ask you a question. Are you happy? And I don't just mean, yeah, life's good, I'm cruising along fine. I mean, are you really, really happy? Because the thing is, we only get one chance at life, one chance. So we need to make it our best. So today I'd like to teach you my system. It's called the RAD system. The first step is R. You need to realize that you need to make a change. You know, nothing changes if nothing changes. A. We need to accept responsibility. You know, for a long time I was blaming others. I was blaming Dave. I was blaming the guys I was going on dates with. But no, until I accepted responsibility and I chose not to be a victim, but instead to transcend and then create my future. D, decide now. Don't do it in 1 week, in 2 weeks. If you want to make a change, make it right now. And D, daily effort. You know, we clean our teeth every day, so we need to do our exercises every single day. So on the screen, you'll see a list of my daily action plan. Unfortunately, today, I don't have time to go through them all with you, but I'd like to leave you with two of my favorite. The first is daily affirmations. You know, for a long time, I was that girl that looked in the mirror and I hated who I saw staring back at me. I had pimples all over my face. My friends were always so much prettier than me. So I started looking in the mirror and I started saying to myself, Carla, you are amazing. And at the beginning, it felt very weird and unnatural. But over time, it got better and better. And now I can tell you, I can stand here and I can say to you that, yes, I am amazing. What do you say when you look at yourself in the mirror? And the last and final gift I'd like to leave you with is the gift of gratitude. And you know, gratitude has honestly changed my life. Every day I'll write down 10, 20 things I can be grateful for. And it can be anything from the coffee I had at lunch or the good night's sleep I got the night before. You know, I still remember doing the Kokoda Trail. My group, we were hungry, we were tired, and we were starting to whinge a lot. My porter, he says, oh, I don't get you Aussies. He goes, you come to my country and you want to walk. And then we start to walk and all you do is whinge. He said, me, I walk all day, every day. I have no shoes on my feet. I carry all your bags and I'm hungry. But when I get home and I see my wife and my baby, oh, me just so happy. What are you grateful for? And today I'd like to finish with us all taking a moment to stand up. So please come on over and stand up. And take a moment just to shut down your eyes and to place a hand over your heart. And just to be completely present. You know, in this moment, all over the world right now, there's people dying, there's people struggling. And we have the gift to be here, to have a breath flowing through our body, to have a heart beating inside our chest. So decide right now to get happy. Thank you.